show! For today's event, we're thrilled to be joined by 4 very special guests. They are real true kite runner fans, and they'll be competing in a fun movie review game exploring the film The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. So before we begin, let's meet our teams. So in Team A, we have Nisa and Yaya. And in Team B, right over here, we have Yoon and Dini. So let's give them a big round of applause. Before we begin, a quick warm-up question for both of the teams. In one word, how would you describe the Kite Runner?
Team A first. I would say discrimination. I think it's messed up.
Heartbreaking?
Mind-blowing.
Interesting choices! Looks like emotions are already running high. So just to clarify how the game works, there will be 5 rounds and I'll read out an iconic line from a movie scene and you guys have to guess which part of the movie it's from. And when you get it right, you get 1 point. So the team with the most points will win the game! So before we begin, I will explain the start of the film. And as we all know, the movie introduces us with 2 young boys, Amir and Hassan. And they spend most of their childhood together, and Amir even reads a book for Hassan. And Amir also dreams of becoming a storyteller and constantly seeks approval from Baba. So one day, they took part in a kite tournament and actually won by cutting down the kites, which led to another tragic moment. And this is where the first question comes in. During that tragic moment, Hassan actually says, Amir, Aga, and I are friends. So, which part of the movie does this line come from?
Me, Team A. Okay, so I would say it was when Amir Jan got back to his house after playing the kite with his friends, and then he saw that Baba and Ali were having a conversation in the living room, and then he interjected them by saying those words.
You're not quite there yet, but good try.
Is it when Hassan was getting sexually assaulted and getting betrayed by Amir?
Ah, that's correct. Now, could you explain that scene a little to the audience? Like, what exactly happened and why this moment is important to the story?
From what I remember, Hassan was attacked by Asif and his friends after he refuses to give up the kite. But what makes it even more painful was that Amir was nearby and sees what was happening, but he, for some reason, does not step in. I think he was scared and confused, or maybe even too focused on focusing on winning the kite to finally earn his father's approval. So instead of helping Hassan, he stays silent.
So this moment is so important because I think it shows who the characters really are. Hassan, he suffers quietly, but he still yet remains loyal to Amir. While Amir lives with the guilt of knowing that he could have helped, but he decided not to. From that point on, Amir was never the same. His shame and regret follows him into adulthood, and everything he does later, especially trying to save Saurabh, is connected to this one choice. So it's a very human moment because it shows how fear can make people fail others, and how that failure can stay with us even as we grow.
Wow, that's an excellent explanation. That scene is a turning point in the film where Amir completely changes his behavior towards Hassan. So, round 1 goes to Team B! And then we will move on to round 2, where this iconic line is actually taken from the scene where Baba was speaking to Rahim Khan, and then he says to Rahim, what about a Mustang?
Me! Is it when Babar and Amir Jan needed to leave for a safer country in the story, which is America? Wait, I don't remember the part. Can you explain it to us?
It was when the Soviet Union attacked Afghanistan and then they took many innocent lives as well as destroyed the town. And for a safer place to live, Baba took American to America.
And I think this can be seen as a symbol of a new beginning, which in the story, Baba he worked as a cashier and Amarjan he was a crew. However, in my opinion, it is a bit sad because in Afghanistan, Baba he was wealthy and well respected.
That's right! Round 2 goes to Team A! Next, this line is taken from when Amir Khan was talking to Suraya. He mentions there wouldn't be any books if it weren't for Rahim Khan.
Me, I know. Is it when Amir wanted to marry Suraya?
Good try, but it isn't that accurate. Team B, do you wanna give a try maybe?
Me. Is it like when Rahim Khan called Amir to come to Pakistan because he is sick?
Yes, now we remember. But can you please explain further a bit about it?
Sure. So it was when before Amir was about to go on a book tour, he received a call from Rahim Khan, and Rahim Khan asked him, "Can you come to Pakistan because I'm sick?" And also because Rahim Khan wanted to tell Amir to go back to Kabul and rescue Sohrab, which was Hassan's son. Yes, because he was abducted by the because he was a Hazara.
Wow! Amazing explanation! Team B, you win the 3rd round! Now moving on to the 4th round, this line was said by Rahim Khan. He says, "Your father loved you both because you were both his sons."
Okay, Team A now. Do you want to answer?
It is when Rahim Khan he gave Amirjan the letter and he told him that they were both actually brothers, so that he wanted Amirjan to go rescue his nephew.
Wow, you guys are really kite runner friends. You're absolutely right, Team A.
Wait, before we proceed to the next round, can you explain it further about that scene?
So it was when Hassan decided to stand for his family and he protected Baba's house. But actually because he was a Hazara, the Taliban decided to finish him off. But somehow this shows that he died with dignity.
This is the saddest part because Rahim Khan told Amir that Hassan was actually his brother, which was the reason all along why Baba loved him so much.
Good job, Team A. You guys earn a point. Oh, looks like the scores are tied, which means whoever gets this final question right will win the game. So, for the final round, this line is the most iconic line throughout the whole film. The line is, "For you 1,000 times over."
Me! I know. So, it was when Amirjan taught Sohrab how to play kite, isn't it?
Oh yes, now I remember. At the end of this story, this line becomes a powerful symbol of redemption. Amir said to Sohrab, "For you 1,000 times over," to show his devotion, love, and responsibility that he wants to take by caring for Sohrab, because he felt guilty for what he did in the past, and he wants to make up for it by caring for Sohrab. And the line is especially meaningful because Hassan once said the exact same words to Amir when they were a child, and this shows that Amir is trying to make up for the mistakes that he did in the past and is trying to become the person that he once failed to be.
So yeah, it's like a full-on circle moment for us as viewers.
Yes, both of you are correct, but there can only be one winner. So the final round goes to Team A. Congratulations, Team A. You guys win. Damn, what a show. Therefore, that marks the end of our mini game. First, I would like to thank all of our beloved guests for participating in this game. And thank you guys for watching. So until next time, bye-bye!
In my opinion, social class and discrimination is the most dominant issue and is shown through Ami and Hassan's friendship. Even though they grew up together, Hassan is still treated unfairly just because he is a Hazara. Watching this made me reflect on how privilege works in real life, like how the lower class is forced to remain silent when they are treated unfairly, and sometimes staying silent can cause more damage, like when Ami stayed silent when Hassan got assaulted. So it encouraged me to be more aware and brave in standing up for others. The father-son relationship between Ami and Baba also deeply affected me. This made me realize how we as children always want our parents to be proud of us, so that their efforts don't go in vain. At the same time, they actually mean well, and I know they still love me deeply, and they do everything they do is just for my future and well-being.
My personal reflection for both of the themes. For the first theme, which is social class and discrimination, seeing Hassan being treated differently just because he was a Haza, it made me feel angry and sad because he was kind and loyal, but still society treated him differently. So it reminds me that everyone, no matter where he comes from or what background he is, we need to treat them with respect. For the second theme, which is the father-son relationship, Amir just wanted his father's approval. So that mindset influenced a lot of his choices in life. Therefore, it reminds me how important for a parent to show love and support openly, because it can truly shape a child's confidence and future.
For the two dominant issues, which the first one is social class and discrimination, it affected me of how Hassan was treated unfairly just because he was a Hazara, even though he was loyal and kind. It made me reflect of how people are judged by background rather than character, which happens in real life too. And then the second one is father-son relationship, affecting me of how Amir constantly wanted his father's approval, which made him insecure and afraid of disappointing his father. I can relate to this because parental expectations can strongly shape a child's behavior, self-worth, and also choices.
In the Kite Runner, the themes of social discrimination and father-son relationship really stood out to me because, first of all, it's very human. All of us feel that, and it is also very relatable. The divide between Ame and Hassan shows how social class can silently justify cruelty, even when there is genuine love, which is Ame showing love to Hassan. Ame's silence reflect on society's hierarchy that can shape personal choices. At the same time, Ame and his struggle with his relationship with his father highlights that the pressure of parental expectation and the desire for approval. Baba's emotional distance pushes Ame to seek validation in the wrong ways.
My personal view on The Kite Runner is that it is a deeply painful story about guilt and silence. The movie shows how Amir's failure to stand up for Hassan is not driven by cruelty, but by fear and the desire to be loved, which makes his betrayal feel disturbingly human. Hassan's loyalty, especially his willingness to suffer without resentment, highlights the injustice of a world where kindness is often unprotected. What I find most striking is that the film does not offer easy redemption. Amir's later action cannot erase the past, only acknowledge it. Overall, the movie left me feeling that true wrongdoing often lies not in what we do, but in what we chose not to do when it matters most.
Bye-bye!